The Ephesian School. The Ephesian school was based on the work of one man, Heraclitus of Ephesus, 535 to 475 BC. Heraclitus believed that everything in nature is constantly changing or in a state of flux. He is perhaps most famous for his notion that one cannot step in the same river twice. Heraclitus believed that the single element was fire and that everything was a manifestation of fire. The Eleatic School. The Eleatic School was based on Colophon, an ancient city not far from Miletus. From this region came four important pre-Socratic philosophers: Xenophanes, Parmenides, Zeno, and Miletus. Xenophanes of Colophon. Xenophanes 570 to 475 BC is known for his critique of religion and mythology. In particular, he attacked the notion that gods were anthropomorphic or took a human form. Xenophanes believed that there was one god that, while it did not physically move, had the ability to hear, see, and think, and controlled the world with his thoughts. Parmenides of Helia. Parmenides 510 to 440 BC believed reality didn't have to do with the world one experienced, and that it was only through reason, not the senses, that one would be able to arrive at the truth. Parmenides concluded that the work of early Milesian philosophers was not only unintelligible, they were asking the wrong questions to begin with. To Parmenides, it made no sense to discuss what is and what is not, for the only intelligible thing to discuss, the only thing that is true, is what exists. Parmenides had an incredible impact on Plato and all of Western philosophy. His work led to School of Elia to become the first movement to use pure reason as the only criterion for finding truth. Zeno of Elia. Zeno of Elia, 490 to 540 BC, was Parmenides' most famous student and possibly his lover, who devoted his time to creating arguments known as paradoxes that defended Parmenides' idea. In Zeno's most famous paradoxes, the paradoxes of motion, he attempted to show that ontological pluralism and notion that many things exist as opposed to one will actually lead to conclusions that are absurd. Parmenides and Zeno believed that reality existed as one thing, and that things like plurality and motion were nothing more than illusions. Though the work of Zeno would later be disproved, his paradoxes still raise important questions, challenges, and inspiration for philosophers, physicists, and mathematicians. Miletus of Samos. Miletus of Samos, who lived 440 BC, was the last philosopher of the Eleatic school, continuing the idea of Parmenides and Zeno of Elia. Miletus of Samos distinguished between is and seems. When a thing is X, according to Miletus of Samos, It has it has to always be X and never not X. Therefore, according to this idea, when something is cold, it can never stop being cold. But since this is not the case, the properties are not retained indefinitely. Nothing except for Parmenidean reality, a reality existing as one continuous, unchanging thing, actually ever is, rather is, ever is, rather it seems.